Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Morning viewers. In this video we are going to talk about another interesting subject on astrology, which is Asthanga or combust of planets. When planets they travel very close to the sun, they start losing their power and sun takes its maximum power. This we call it as combust of planets. It happens for all the planets, and whenever a planet like Mercury and Venus, which are too close to sun, the occurrence will be more when compared to the other planets. When a planet combusts with sun, it loses its natural power. Generally, if a planet is within 8 degrees, then you can say it is in combust. For all the planets, there is a specific parameters given. If the planets start approaching to the sun on either side, we can say it is in combust, or we can say it as hasthanga. As per the South Indian astrology, we don't call the Mercury combust with sun as asthanga. We don't consider it as asthanga itself, because more frequently the number of days it gets asthanga with sun will be more. Mercury takes its power always, even if it takes asthanga in sun, and if it is fairly in a good distance, it gives a Buddhatya yoga also. There is a strong Mercury and sun giving yoga to the native of a chart. When Rahu and Ketu are too close in degrees with sun, we don't call it as a compass, rather we call it as an eclipse. Not a positive conjunction, it will have different impact, especially when Rahu is in combust with the sun. When Ketu is in combust, it gives in a different positive results also, depends upon the chart. So in astrology, if moon travels very close to the sun, which is a distance of 12 degrees on both sides. In case, supposing if sun is at Leo and moon travels from Cancer to Leo, and if the distance between the sun and the moon is about 12 degrees, then we can say moon starts in combust with sun. As the moon travels in the clockwise direction, it comes closer to the sun, so it loses its power. So we call it as a new moon day, we call it as Amavasya when it is at 0 degree. Again, it starts rising. So the moment it is away from the sun to 12 degrees, it is completely out of combust. Now moon can give its own power. Same way, Mercury is in combust with the sun at 12 degrees. Venus combusts at 8 degrees. Jupiter, when it is close to the sun by 11 degrees, then it is in combust. It is on either side. Same way, if Saturn is at 15 degrees, it starts combust. And Mars at 17 degrees, it will be in combust with the sun. Now what happens if moon is in combust with sun? We depict moon as for mind. The native will have some confusions. You will get more psychological problems and fear. You don't take decisions in time. So combust is something like the planet will lose its Kaarag. If moon is in too combust with sun, which is almost around 3 to 0 degrees, the native may not get along with his mother. So he may lose his mother also. When we talk about Mars, if it is in combust with the sun, he will not a brave person. He may not get along with his brothers. So he is very shy and he is a fearful person. If then Jupiter is in combust with sun, Jupiter will also lose its power. And some of the Kaarag of Jupiter, like childbirth, marriage possibilities, is all burnt by the sun. When we talk about Saturn, when Saturn is in combust, so it will reduce the lifespan of a person. So combust is too dangerous. But at the same time, if a planet is in combust with the sun, in case if Jupiter or Venus aspects or associate the house, then we don't call it as a combust. It turns out to be positive. If, for example, if Saturn and Sun are in combust in Aries, say for example it is less than 8 degrees, here Sun takes the maximum power because Sun exalts at Aries and Saturn debilitates at Aries. So there will be a weak Saturn. When it is in combust with the sun less than 8 degrees, totally the Kaarag of Saturn will get lost unless it is been aspected by Jupiter or getting associated by Venus in a reasonable degree. So the complete Kaarag of the Saturn getting lost there. On the contrary, if you see on Libra, if the debilitated sun is in combust with exalted Saturn at Libra, even if the sun burns out the power of Saturn, Saturn takes its maximum power because the sun will not have that ability there to burn completely the Saturn's Kaarag. So here Saturn becomes stronger. Even if it is less than 8 degrees, Saturn manages to fight with the sun and start giving its Kaarag. So when you see a horoscope having a similar degree of conjunction, Sun and Saturn with less than 8 degrees and Aries, the same chart when we have the same conjunction at Libra, fairly the position at Libra seems to be better because in Aries, the Saturn will lose its Kaarag and the native may struggle a lot in his life, even his lifespan will be very less. So this is the one example to understand about the planet combust. Same way, you need to check whether the planet is retrograding or it moves in a forward direction. For example, if Jupiter and Sun are at 8 degrees, and if Jupiter retrograde, in that case Jupiter is in combust with the Sun, so it is moving towards the Sun. And on the contrary, if you say if Jupiter is moving in a forward direction, that it is not considered as a powerful combust because Jupiter is keeping away from the Sun. So we need to see all the parameters before concluding the native will have the Kaarag properly or not. So the combust will give a good impact or a bad impact. So I think in this video you may be able to understand about what is combust and its impact in personal chart. It is called as hasthanga, planet getting hasthanga or combust with Sun. I will catch you up with another interesting video shortly. Thank you.